About what your background is before you got to this point.
Sure. Yeah, my background, I was a child actor. I thought that was all I was going to do. I was committed to that. I knew from the womb, out of the womb, that I wanted to be an actor, singer, and dancer. And I was for quite a while. I also realized at about 17 that I had this itch that needed to be scratched, which really was to be a businessman as well. I started a dance and acting school in my hometown of East Brunswick, New Jersey. You know, what's interesting is because at that time, parents would come up to me because I was a teenage boy working professionally in New York City, making commercials and things, and they said, "How could my kid do that?" So I said, "I'm going to start a school," and that's what I did. Then I went to college for acting. I went to Mason Gross School of the Arts at Rutgers, and it was a conservatory acting program, very serious. So that's what I was pursuing as well. And when I got out, I also felt the need to produce my own material. So I started my own theater. I started producing movies. I made to this day, about 13 movies. And along that way, I somehow used my knowledge in research and my skill as a focus group moderator to start my own business. I started my own business about 16 years ago, and I haven't looked back since. We have over 300 employees at my company called Screen Engine, and we test nearly all of the television movies in all of Hollywood. And I'm so proud of my folks and what we've accomplished together.
You know, that's pretty amazing, and I love that you put the book out. Was this book, did you write it to help other people avoid pitfalls, or your autobiography?
I did. It is a bit of a memoir, but in fact, more so than that, it is an instructional way to, you know, I teach at a lot of the film schools around the country, USC, UCLA, Chapman, NYU, North Carolina School of the Arts, AFI. And kids, the students, don't have a great understanding of what to expect when they get out of school. They learn the skill of making a movie, they learn the technical jargon, all of that. But I'm trying to give them skills that will save them a lot of time and money. So it's not only for film students, it's for film executives, it's for filmmakers. And guess what? It's for anybody who likes and loves movies, because you get a peek behind the curtain of what goes in. How many times have you been to a movie and you say, how did they make that movie for so much money? And they have to be losing money. I said that, and I try to unpack that in this book.
Well, that's great. Okay, so this is an achievement. What's next on your list to do?
Well, I'm going to take a little break before I write my next book. I'm running my company. I'm investing a lot in my company and building it and growing it, and also producing a documentary right now that is about the Ukrainian children kidnapped by the Russians and indoctrinated into the Russian culture, stripped of their Ukrainian heritage. It's near and dear to my heart. It's a beautiful documentary directed by Yevgeny Afanivsky, Academy Award nominated Yevgeny Afanivsky, and it's a beautiful, beautiful portrayal of children and the perseverance and resilience of kids and how they can bounce back with losing limbs, etc. So I'm very committed to getting that to the world. That'll happen in early 2026, and hopefully will take us, with God's blessing, through to the Academy Awards.
That's amazing. Let me have your social media so we can keep track of you.
I'm at KevinGetz360.com. And I have a podcast called Don't Kill the Messenger. I've got 80-ish people or so who are phenomenal executives, directors, producers, everyone from Ron Howard and Jerry Bruckheimer and Jim Giannopoulos, the head of Paramount and ex-head of Paramount and 20th Century Fox, and everyone in between. And it's a phenomenal lineup of people. So if you love film and want to learn more, check into the podcast, Don't Kill the Messenger.
Thank you so much, and you enjoy your evening.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Neil Goetz. I'm Kevin Getz's husband.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay, so a little background. How'd you guys meet?
Oh, we actually met at a Passover Seder at a friend's house. I worked with the husband. Kevin knew the wife. They sat us at the table together, and he asked me out.
Oh, that's very cool. How long have you guys been together?
We've been together 31 years.
That's amazing. Anybody that can make it past 10.
Well, I got the scars to prove it.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, so what do you think about his book? You've read it?
Well, I love the book. I think it's even more exciting and interesting than the first book. So it's a progression, and if you like the first book, you're really going to love this book.
Okay, and do you do anything in the industry too?
Yes. I'm a former marketing executive at 3 studios, and currently I am producing. I made that transition about 5 years ago.
Oh, what are you producing right now?
Well, right now I'm working on 2 limited series and also a documentary about the star Robert Wagner, based on one of his books.
Very cool. So how do we keep track of you?
I'm on Neil Goetz on Facebook and on Instagram, just Neil Goetz, or you ring my doorbell.
Well, we won't give your address out, though. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you.
I'm the CEO of InSync Plus.
InSync Plus. Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
Plus. I'm actually going to have to, I'm going to have to sue all those other companies that have taken the Plus from me.
Oh my gosh, I never really thought about that.
Sorry after I do that.
Yeah, I'll bet. Are you already in progress?
What, suing or just, no, I haven't started that. I don't think I'll do that. It'll hurt how much work I get.
I get you. I hear you. So what are you working on right now?
Nuremberg, Avatar. You've heard of both of those.
Both of those, yeah, those are huge.
That's enough.
Oh, that's enough. Okay, and enjoy yourself.
Thank you.
It was nice meeting you. Okay, tell me how you got here. How are you involved with Kevin?
I'm involved with Kevin because Kevin was my first boss in show business many years ago. I think it was 21, 22, fresh off the bus from Long Island, and I got a job handing out movie passes for a company called NRG, and Kevin was running focus groups and doing market research for NRG at the time, and I think he realized I could walk and chew gum at the same time, and so he said, hey, instead of just handing out movie passes, do you want to help us with focus groups and audience recruiting? And I said, sure. What's a focus group? And then Kevin said, right this way.
I think I went to a couple.
Yeah. And so that was my first start in show business, really was understanding the movie business from a market research perspective. And it was I didn't realize what a catbird seat I had at the time because I can hear him over my shoulder right there. So I did that for a number of years. And then because of Kevin, I got to meet a lot of the heads of marketing and research and the heads of all the studios, not realizing how lucky I was. And that led to my second job in show business, working for a guy named Sid Ganis, who was the vice chair of the Academy at the time, and he had a deal at Sony Pictures. And then our first movie together was Big Daddy. I met Adam Sandler. We launched Happy Madison, and off we went. So, here we are decades later between Happy Madison, 21 Laps with Sean Levy, and now I run film at Mattel for Robbie Brenner.
Okay, what's coming up next?
Coming up next, we just screened Masters of the Universe, which is coming up next summer from Mattel and Amazon. That'll be coming to a theater near you. I just saw it 2 nights ago. It's fabulous. It's fantastic. It's big, action adventure, fun, and it's directed by Travis Knight. And he's done a fabulous job. So that's coming out next. And then we have Matchbox coming out with John Cena. That'll be from Skydance. Yeah, he's incredible. And then beyond that, we have a whole host of things. We have Hot Wheels and Apples to Apples and Barney at 824. So we have movies set up and television properties set up all over town, and we're just getting going. So kind of Barbie was the first one out of the gate that kind of turned the world on its head, and that's all through my boss Robbie Brenner. It was her vision with Greta Gerwig and of course Margot Robbie, and then the rest is history. So anyway, there you go.
Okay, so the first question, and I'm asking everybody, how did you get involved with Kevin, or how did you get to know him?
Kevin, I've been working with Kevin for many, many years. He, for what he does, I have used his services for over 20 years. I was looking through my texts to find the text about this party, and I noticed there was a text from 2012. Yeah, so there you go.
Okay, and what do you do in the industry?
I'm a producer.
And have you produced anything we'd know?
I hope so. Let's see, Easy A.
Oh, yeah.
I, Tonya.
Oh, yeah.
A Lot Like Love. I mean, you have a long time in the business. You produce a lot of movies.
Oh, no, I love that. I love that. Okay, well, I'm not going to keep you, so you have a good evening.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. And you're with TCM, correct?
I'm a host for 22 years now at the Turner Classic Movies. I'm also a freelance correspondent for CBS Sunday Morning.
Oh, wow. I think I have seen you in the morning when I'm up. So are you hosting today as well?
I'm doing the Q&A with Kevin tonight, yeah.
That's amazing. How did you get to meet Kevin?
I met Kevin, if my memory serves me, after he'd written his last book, Audienceology, he reached out to see if I would do a Q&A with him, and I had never met him before. We have many friends in common, including Terry Press, the greatest publicist in the history of this business. But at that point, he just reached out because he'd seen me do some other Q&As, and he was a big TCM fan and knew I love movies, and he wants, I'm grateful because he knew instinctively I would understand the work that he does and how important it is.
Okay, and what are you up to lately?
Lately, season 6 of our podcast, The Plot Thickens, is now available. Did better than any of our others, and it's, I think, our best one about making of the 1963 film Cleopatra and the catastrophe that was Cleopatra. It did not almost bankrupt the studio. It was not Elizabeth Taylor's fault, and it made money. Those are some of the little... So we have a new way to look at Cleopatra, but it's told really with their... showing in part the enormous impact it had on my Uncle Joe Mankiewicz, who wrote and directed it, the negative impact that it had on my...
Okay, so how do we keep track of what's going on with you? What's your social media?
I'm reluctantly still on Twitter, at BenMank77. Twitter's the worst place on earth. So you'll find me there on the worst place on earth, reluctantly.
Thank you so much. You enjoy your evening.
Thanks.
So I saw you're with Disney, and how did you meet Kevin? I'm going to ask both.
I met Kevin when I was 22 years old working at Sony Pictures in the research department. I know. And now I'm a little older than 22, and I've been with Kevin, he's been a close partner for 20 years almost. Yeah.
Okay, and how did you progress to Disney?
I was at Sony for 8 years and Fox for 4, and then Disney bought Fox, and it's been 6 years at Disney.
And where do you prefer to be?
I love it at Disney. That's the place for me.
Okay. And what do you got in the hopper? What's happening?
Zootopia 2 is next. I hope everybody will take their family to that over Thanksgiving, and then Avatar after that.
Sounds good. You have a good evening, okay?
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. So how did you meet Kevin?
I met Kevin. He's on our board of directors for my company. He's a fantastic guy. We do sports social media marketing. We have 148 million sports fans. And this year we started marketing movie trailers and all of the theatrical releases for the studios. And of course, nobody knows that better than Kevin Goetz. That's for sure. So we've been doing a little work together, having a little fun together.
Do you have any social media?
We have social media. My company, SGG Media, which my son is the CEO, we have 148 million sports fans.
Yeah, I thought so, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. You have a good evening. And how did you meet Kevin?
I met him through the many research screenings that he orchestrated and oversaw and made happen.
Is there anything in particular you worked on with him?
Oh gosh, we did Pete's Dragon together, Peter Pan and Wendy. Many other films. I would say Finest Hours, A Wrinkle in Time, and then I worked at Imagine Entertainment, and he did a lot of films for my bosses at the time, Ron Howard and Brian Grazer. So I'm trying to think. There was a bunch of them in the Imagine days too that he did. He's amazing. He's amazing. Great writer and a great, incredible communicator. And he has a great ability to understand what an audience wants and how, for people who are working as we are working to try and get the best version of a film, to sort of understand what might be behind it to get to a great result. And so he's amazing.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad he's got you in his corner, too. Do you have social media you could tell my audience?
Very little, but I'm on Instagram at Jim Whitaker.
I thank you for talking to us, and you enjoy your evening.
Thanks, you too. Appreciate it.
Clay, I know you're with Film Mode.
Film Mode Entertainment. Film Mode Entertainment.
And what is Film Mode Entertainment?
Film Mode Entertainment is a production entity, a worldwide sales company that represents distribution rights for films worldwide. And we work with Kevin on They Crawl Beneath. And we also executive produce probably half of the films that we represent.
That's very cool. Now, how did you first meet Kevin?
I met Kevin through a mutual friend, and he sent me this great project about worms that are underground called They Crawl Beneath. And Kevin and I collaborated on the project, and he went off and made this really fun film with Suzanne De Laurentiis. And Film Mode had the privilege to represent the distribution on the film, and we've got it released all over the world globally. And that turned into a friendship. You know, worms underground and Kevin and his talent. And Kevin tested a film very close to my heart called As They Made Us with Dustin Hoffman, and Mayim Bialik wrote and directed it. And their friendship just flourished. And when he wrote the previous book, I loved it so much. I was so excited for his new one to come out. So I cannot wait to read this book.
And you'll be getting that book today.
I may be in the corner reading it, trying to tune everyone out. So I can't wait to read it and hear all the stories. And Kevin is incredibly talented writer, above all the other skills that he has.
And what do you got coming up?
We just had a film come out called Diablo with Scott Adkins, which has done very well for us, which was number, I think, 2 or 3 on Amazon a few weeks ago, so we're very excited about that. And we're trying to put together a sequel to that film, so hopefully if the stars align, we can get a Diablo 2 put together.
Very nice. Social media for either you or your company, or both?
Yes, at Film Mode Entertainment, and Clay Epstein, or at Slabo Clay on Instagram.
Thank you so much, and you enjoy your evening.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Okay, so tell me, the big question of the night is, how did you meet Kevin?
Oh my goodness. I honestly don't remember the first time. Kevin's been doing this for a long time, and so have I. So at each of the companies that I've worked for, Columbia Pictures, 20th Century Fox, and now Sony Pictures, which Columbia is part of, we've always worked with Kevin. We've always trusted Kevin. Kevin has been a friend for quite a while, and a really rare guy in this business.
That's so nice to hear. And also, I see you with Sony. So what do you got coming up?
Actually, quite a bit. We just started a number of new movies. We just started Spider-Man, the next Spider-Man recently. And then last week, we started both Jumanji and Zelda. So we've got a lot of big event movies that we're in production on. Okay.
So let me end with, you have a good evening.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
Okay, so we're here with Tommy. Tommy, the big question of the night, how did you meet Kevin?
I have met Kevin with, I work for Sony, and not on the film and TV side, but I also work on the Sony technology side, and for that, we have been kind of curious on how to use technology to help his business of kind of seeing the customers engaging with film and TV. So that was the start. I had this was during the pandemic that we had several meetings, and since then he gave me a lot of insight on how this industry has been over decades. This has been, and as he was reading through his book, I read during the pandemic. I read his book, and he's talked a lot about the innovation of these decades of screening, and with that, that's where I did kind of have talks with him. It's like, where does he see the kind of the innovation in this screening industry? So, and in the film and TV industry is also evolving as well. So. Yeah. Yes, and also how the younger generations or the generations also adapting content in different ways, and the content can start from game, it can start from the YouTube and so on. So it's kind of being more diverse in a way that how content, we want to make success in content. And for Kevin's businesses, I think it's really challenging, but at the same time, I think it's really a great opportunity because everybody wants to consume content, from music and so on. So
I think you have to keep up with it, or it passes you by.
So I'm really excited with the success of Kevin's initiative.
Okay, the question of the evening: how did you meet Kevin?
I met Kevin when he was working at NRG, and I was a young executive at 20th Century Fox. And he and I hit it off right away. We were both former theater majors, who went into the business, and we traveled all over the country together, testing movies that I made as an executive and then later as a producer. And he helped me improve those movies. He helped me test ideas before they became movies. We've been partners in crime for so many years.
Okay, and you're still friends.
We're still friends. I'm so grateful to him. He's been a wonderful friend and advisor, and just it's so much fun and so smart. I teach a class to young filmmakers. He came and was a guest at my class. He's just an amazing human being and so knowledgeable, and I'm really grateful that he's written a second book. I can't wait to read it.
So tell me a little bit about what you got coming up.
Well, I have a company called Resonate Entertainment with a producing partner named Suzanne Farwell. And Suzanne worked with Nancy Myers for many, many years. I worked with Nancy on one movie, What Women Want, but Suzanne has just written and will direct a couple of movies for our company. So I'm really excited about that.
Okay, now do you have social media?
I do. My social media is at Susan Cartsonis.
Okay, thank you so much, and you enjoy your evening.
Thank you so much. You too.